Hey guys, HDV here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon video. In today's video we'll be taking a look at what I believe to be the top 5 hardest shiny Pokemon to hunt and catch in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Now, I'm a huge fan of shiny Pokemon. In all fairness, at this point, who isn't? The pure joy that you get when you see those sparkles come off of the differently coloured Pokemon that you've been searching for so long, Christmas basically comes early, and it really is a great feeling. With that being said though, to no surprise there are a select few shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Sun and Moon that are much harder to find and catch than your average Pokemon, making the quest to get them a much more difficult one. Shiny Pokemon are obviously very tough to get in general, it just doesn't help when you have to do a little bit more to try and get the one that you're after. Of course, a few of you may disagree with this list, and if that's the case then be sure to leave a Pokemon that you think would have been a better fit for this video in the comment section below after watching. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. With all of that being said though, let's get started and I really hope that you enjoy. Coming in at the number 5 spot are the starter Pokemon for Pokemon Sun and Moon, Litten, Rowlet and Poplio. Now before you say anything, I know you can just use the Masuda method later on in the game for these 3 Pokemon, but this is more targeted to the point in the story where you haven't reached the Pokemon daycare yet, so just keep that in mind. Now you're probably wondering why the Alola starter Pokemon have made this list, and it's not that these Pokemon are exactly hard to get as a shiny, it's simply just the process that you have to do it in. Now, the chances of encountering a shiny Pokemon at random in Pokemon Sun and Moon is something around 1 in 4096, so not exactly the best odds if luck isn't on your side. You're probably saying that you can easily soft reset to get them though, right? Yeah, you can, but here comes the annoying part. Before you are allowed to choose your new starter Pokemon in Pokemon Sun and Moon, you have to go through a cutscene that lasts around 3.5 minutes. That means that every time you soft reset for another chance at obtaining one of these Pokemon as a shiny, you have to spend quite a long time watching a cutscene, and believe me, this tedious time wasting really starts to add up if you aren't having a lucky day. So like I said, not exactly a difficult shiny Pokemon to catch, it's just a very time consuming process. And if you have gotten a shiny Rowlet, a shiny Poplio or a shiny Litten this way, then you definitely deserve a pat on the back. Claiming the number 4 spot in today's video is trying to hunt and catch a shiny Bagon. To start things off, head to Route 3 on Melee Island, cross the bridge to the patch of grass on the right. There's a 1% encounter chance to find a Bagon here, and wouldn't you know it, that's exactly what we need. Being only a 1% chance to encounter, the smartest thing to do here would be to use the ally chaining shiny method that is brand new to Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Unfortunately though, this is also a pretty time consuming process if you aren't that lucky, so I'll say again, be prepared to put some lengthy work hours in here. You can of course also find a wild Bagon at Kale Bay, which has a much higher encounter rate being 10% instead of the 1% chance here on Route 3, but if you're wanting your shiny Bagon early on in the game, then I'm afraid you'll have to go through this tedious method in order to capture it. You can also even find a low level Salamence on Route 3 by Bagon calling for help, however it only has a 1% chance to appear after finding your 1% chance Bagon encounter. Game Freak really like wasting your time in the new games. Coming in at the halfway point we have hunting and catching a shiny Kangaskhan. In order to come across a wild Kangaskhan in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, you must first head to Weller Volcano Park. It is a location on Akala Island in Alola, located west of Route 7. It is the location of the Trial of Kiawe. The great news here though is that Kangaskhan joins Bagon in the 1% club. Yes, that's right, Kangaskhan also only has a 1% chance of appearing in this location. The only other option is to encounter a Cubone and wait for it to call a Kangaskhan, but that could take even longer, meaning both ways to find this Pokemon are super long and annoying. Having such a low encounter rate means that you should definitely use ally chaining when you do eventually come across this Pokemon. Once a Kangaskhan finally pops up, drop its HP as low as possible using False Swipe, or your preferred method. Using a high level Pokemon with False Swipe is going to move this along much quicker. On your next move, use an Adrenaline Orb and then cross your fingers that this shiny Pokemon will eventually appear. I decided to rank Kangaskhan as harder to find than Bagon, just because Bagon has a 10% encounter rate in a different location, but they both are pretty difficult to come across. Claiming the number 2 spot in today's top 5 video is hunting for a shiny Mareanie. Now, actually encountering a Mareanie in Pokemon Sun and Moon is pretty abnormal, seeing as you technically can't find one in the wild. In order to get this Pokemon, there are a few steps that you first have to complete. Firstly, you need the Lapras Ride Pager and Fishing Rod. To obtain both of these, you must first get to the second trial in the game on Akala Island. Once there, Lana will gift them both to you. After this, head to the Professor's house on Route 1. Head to the ocean on the right with Lapras and surf to the Melee Sea. Go back and forth until a fishing spot, which is a small collection of rocks under the water, is bubbling or rippling, and then press A to fish. Be sure to approach the rippling fishing spot slowly, or else it will stop rippling. Press A again whenever the line starts shaking. Keep doing this until you come across a Corsola, seeing as the only way to encounter Marini is by Corsola calling for one. Lower Corsola's health until it's red. Be careful though, if you knock it out, you have to repeat the previous steps. Lowering Corsola's health into red will cause it to call for help. If Corsola uses a healing move instead, keep the health low. There is only a 20% chance it will spawn a Marini, so be patient. Eventually, if you keep Corsola's health low and attack and knock out all the Corsola it summons, you will get a Marini. However, the chance of this being shiny is very low, and the process to get to this point isn't exactly time friendly, but once you catch a Marini, you can always breed them, so there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Coming in at the number 1 spot in today's top 5 video is hunting and catching a shiny Salandit. More importantly though, getting a Salazzle, its evolved form. So why is this so difficult, you ask? Well, to evolve Salandit into a Salazzle, it has a very special requirement. It has to be female. Many players have become frustrated about this specific evolution requirement. Some have gone mad trying to catch a female Salandit, as there is only a 12.5% chance of encountering one. This means that in about 8 encounters, only 1 is a female. Now imagining finding a shiny Salandit 7 times, just to see your heart slowly breaks as you witness this Pokemon's gender being male. And these are just stats. You could be one of the very unlucky few that comes across over 10 shiny Salandits without seeing a female. It's literally all just down to luck. Hunting a shiny Pokemon is hard enough, but the fact that it has such a little chance to be female makes obtaining a shiny Salazzle that much harder. This has led some people to absolutely despise the Pokemon. It's pretty much just the female Combee situation all over again, which nobody was really a huge fan of. Because of this, shiny Salandit takes the number 1 spot in today's video. But with that wraps up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you did enjoy the video though, please leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. I have a couple top 5s coming onto a screen in a second, so be sure to give them a watch if you have the time, and also subscribe if you like my content. That's everything from me though, so thanks for watching guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.